Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us today, and it's always our pleasure to be at your service. As you see, we are about to embark a new journey to history. What do I mean by that? Well, I will take you back to the year of 1975 and even before that. And I will show you a historical monument called Gucci Tunnels, which helped us defend the Americans during the final battle before we get the absolute liberty. And our team has 4 members, and each of us will present a part of this monument. So, on y va, shall we go?
Hello everyone, I'm your tour guide Minh Hoàng. We will accompany with you in exploring Minh Temple and what remains on Gucci still land. We are standing in front of historical structure of Gucci's tunnel, where there were lots of heroes held passed away and left a great brave and pain. Temple is a historical and cultural architecture to commemorate the great merit of dead soldiers who sacrificed themselves for Saigon Garden during the true resistances against the French and Americans. When we enter in the temple, in the center is the art of President Ho Chi Minh with a light. For the country we fight, the fatherland brothers, forever to remember. On the left one, what you can see are the names of the soldiers belonging to the main parties, and on the right one are the names of the home belonging to the armed forces. All are engraved in marble with guided letter including over 44,000 names in entirely Vietnamese heroic martyrs, heroes, and martyrs. This is their strum display on the right, which are used on special ceremony to commemorate glorious time. And this is Vọng Hương Đài. The people who fought in Gucci and sacrificed come from many parts in the country, not only from Gucci. So when dying, the souls do not know the way back to their whereabouts. Vọng Hương Đài ask like a beacon for souls to see the way back to their rightful homeland rather than resisting our cold around Gucci. In the outside, we can see the marble stay with a light, remember forever. Emotionally proud of the light, the hometown. You can see the burned shells and the rocket launchers. These are some pictures that we collected from warriors around Minh Temple. For example, there are tons of burned shells of the MK-A2. So this is where only the cells of one kind of, for example, the 155203. American bombs and artillery fragments on Gucci were on. You can see this is just a few of what are still are there. There are more to find than can ever be found. And this is a so-called DKZ guns. This is type from model 0742. And this is the old-fashioned means of communication, telephone model TA57. This is radio receiver model 139E. And the last one, this is the radio transmitter model RT524. Now, please enjoy your tour at Gucci. If you want to visit Gucci Tunnel some days, please contact me to give you some good information to prepare and what you should do. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Đăng and today I will take you to the most of interesting part of Gucci Tunnel. That's a military vehicle display area. The first vehicle I want to show you is an AM-48 Patton tank. It was considered as the king of battlefield, and the exhibit at Củ Chi Tunnel is a M48 Patton tank of enemy that were shot down by soldiers and residents of Củ Chi district in the forest village An Nhơn Tây. The Liberation Army of South Vietnam and guerrilla used mines, anti-tank guns, B-40, B-41 and DKZ to shoot down the tank with the thick metal plates. And you can see this. I will show you some specifications. First, width 6.62 meter. The weight 16.6 tons. Manufacturing year 1950 with the length more than 9 meter and height 3.1 meter, and it can run with the maximum speed of 48 km per hour. The weapon carries 90 mortar and machine gun, and in this exhibit the machine gun were removed due to the time and for exhibitions. Normally, the machine gun were equipped on the top of the tank and were controlled by a soldier right here. And the next vehicle I want to show you is M113 Armor Brigade. This armor was used for carrying troops and supplies used by the Republic of Vietnam Army and U.S. Army participating in the Battle of South Vietnam. In the war, thousands of armor were shot down with mines, anti-tank gun B-40 and B-41. This is the body of an armor. You can see nothing left, just the body, and I will show you its specifications. There are two piloted team with the length nearly 5 meter and the weight more than 12 tons, and the maximum speed can reach 67.6 km per hour. Weapon carries the machine gun and other weapons. You can see normally the machine gun or weapon were equipped on the top of the armor and were controlled by the pilots. And this armor not only carrying the troop and supplier but also for fighting. And the next one I would like to introduce to you the aircraft C-130, and the exhibit at the Củ Chi Tunnel have the number 005, and you can see the front side. There are 4 engines were equipped on 2 wings of the plane. The exhibit view from the right side, and this is the exhibit. The head of the C-130 is like the dolphin, right? And this is the hangar as well as an extra fuel tank. It also can help the plane keep. It also can keep the plane balanced. And this is the engine of the plane from the bottom. And this is the side door. The side door used in the emergencies. And here is the back door. The back door check the main structure of send or pick up the troop and supplier in or out of the battlefield. Initially, the Americans used the aircraft to take part in the Operation 9. After that, it was used for the other mission over the south of Vietnam. And the capacity of 92 soldiers and 47 bed patients. And the next one is the helicopter. Helicopter Army for the Republic of Vietnam Armies and U.S. Army. The display were one of hundreds helicraft shot down and captured by guerrillas of the South through the battle. And inside the helicopter, this is the seat of the pilot. I will show you some its specifications. With the length of 17.4 meters and the weight more than 2,000 kilograms, and with the maximum speed of 217 kilometers per hour, and with the very impressive speed, this used for the mission in the tough landscape, such as in the forest or in the highland landscape. And the weapon carries the missile, rocket, machine gun, and for the assembly of weapon, it can carry 16 soldiers or 11 wounded soldiers, or nearly 1,000 kilograms of cargo. It's also used for involving the rescue or tracking mission. You can see it's very flexible. So and in the opposite, the Liberation Army of Vietnam, this is the anti-aircraft trailer. They use this for facing off with the modern aircraft of the U.S. Army. This vehicle has two main parts. This is the cannon barrel and a trailer. A trailer will be equipped with the other vehicle in order to come to the battlefield. This is the barrel, cannon barrel and viewfinder. From the back side, please pay attention to valve. By rolling the valve, the soldier can adjust the cannon barrel by pull vertically and horizontally to target And this is these are two other AA towers in Củ Chi Tunnel. And this one I want to introduce to you is the legendary aircraft MiG-17 were used by Liberation Army of South Vietnam. This jet become a legend with legendary pilot Nguyễn Bạch who has shot down seven aircraft of U.S. Army, even though the aircraft were considered much more modern like this jet. And this one did not honor the legendary aircraft. This MiG-21. And this is the back view of the jet. The engine will put in their speed to the maximum speed. And so we have visit all of the military vehicle display area. So now let's move on to the liberation zone on the left of you. Thank you and have a nice trip.
Hello everyone, my name is Ngọc Bích. Today I'm very happy to take you go to the Củ Chi Liberated Zone. It simulates the architecture of houses and life back from 1961 to 1972 in Vietnam America world. The first phase, as we are entering the liberated zone, recreates the world town. This area introduces how people live in newly liberated areas with a high spirit, optimism and enthusiasm, ready to impart a revolutionary movement in Củ Chi, also known as Still Land. Enter the liberation zone. You will have a very real sensation, like living in the environment back in those days. We could work, live, fight, study, and also learn about our famous artist, good artist right here. You see the market with rows of houses made of wool. Pampu recreate the picture in which the local. You can see some gorillas were wandering around, and some local people exchange goods as well as agricultural products. They had noodles and other things on display. You see a private shop, bicycle workshop, where you would have your bike getting fit. Display offer a peaceful and lively scene, as you might see the typical village in south of Vietnam. In front of Coste is two men forking agricultural tools to harvest and craft wishbones. After collecting wishbone fragments and palm shells scattering around battlefield. This is radio station. Is always updating information needed across the country. Now, let's move on to the simple platform beside the market. We can hear the children's voice reading out loud. The classroom have no walls around, no doors also, and surrounded by traffic trenches. The teacher stands in front of the blackboard facing 10 tables and her pupils. The voice records sounding exactly like the teacher and her pupils were studying. It seemed very likely then. There are lots of vegetable gardens around the houses, orchards, pigs, and buffaloes that are meant to care for love. People wish for a normal life, suffering from bombardment. There's only one thing to make up for it, a peaceful life. Apart from bombs, love was still in the air, with joy enlightening every single family. Comes with a belief that our victory was invisible, and this land could not be destroyed no matter what happens. We can see the happy family everywhere, contrast with the desolate sense by world. Are you tired now? Okay, let's stop here and enjoy a very typical dish in Củ Chi. It's called củ mì. We rest in 30 minutes and Mr. Tuấn Anh will continue with you going to the next zone. Thank you for your listening and have a good time.
Hello, it's me again, Tuấn Anh. Let me show you the tunnel structure. The whole system is over 200 kilometers long and has 3 levels upside down. You can see on your right. The first cellar on the edge of the forest has an underground water well that provides fresh water for the entire tunnel area. The first level is 3 meters deep from the surface. This is the place where Viet Cong soldiers, or I can say VC soldiers, were to set up their troops to fight back the Americans. Level 1 can withstand grenades and the weight of tanks and more vehicles. The second level is 6 meters deep from the surface. It was not only the shelter but had become a place for living, medical attentions, weapons, and water storage, and even frequently meeting to outline strategies. This level can withstand small bombs from artilleries, but both level 2 and level 1 cannot endure B-52 bombs, one of the most infamous names could be heard of at that time. They were the reason why level 3 came to its existence. The third level is 12 meters deep from the surface. Statistically, throughout the war, the Americans have been bombarding across the surface with tons and tons of B-52 bombs, and yet, thanks to level 3, most of VC soldiers and Vietnamese did survive if they manage to escape to level 3 in time. Level 3 was also another cellar offering more storage for arsenals, food, medkits, and fresh water. Well, I think it's enough of the structure description. Come over here, let me show you some real deals. 2 minutes later. Look at this nonsense spot. Can you tell me what it is? Well, it seems like nothing but a normal spot. How about kicking these leaves away and unfolding the secret? 30 seconds later. Whoops, here comes the trapdoor. Let me open it to show you one of the entrances directly heading down to the tunnels. They are marked with red strings, as you can see. There are tons of these across the battlefield, I can tell. As you can see, exemplarily, this one, it is ridiculously tiny. A rectangular, only 50 centimeters long and 25 centimeters wide, if I recorded right. So, is there anyone who wants to give it a try? Let's see how slim you are. No one? Well, I have an expert who would love to show you what it takes to get a job done. A few moments later. See? Very easy. Oh, that young lady over there. I think you can fit this hole. Come on. 5 minutes later. You can see our friend here, despite having a very slim physique, she's hardly fits, and look at what's getting her stuck. Oops, my apology. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Okay, allow me to help you, would ya? Oh gosh, sir, can anyone lend me an extra hand here? After a while. Phew, we managed to get her out. Are you okay, miss? And, oh, a local Vietnamese girl, show me what you got. Bravo! And you can see how slim she is. I mean, she's a native, right? So, let me close this damn door for good. A fun fact I'd like to share with you. Usually, there was a sticky bomb already set beneath these trapdoors, so whenever an American soldier wanted to find out what was going on down there, well, unfortunate for that dude, boom, he would be blasted into pieces right away before knowing what the fuck just happened. Another nonsense spot, another trapdoor, this time is a little bigger than the previous one, just a bit. This is the exit, marked with a blue string. You can see over there, the blue strings, and it a little bit more spacious, which could fit 2 people instead of 1, as the entrances do. Let me open it up. See? It's more spacious. There's something interesting up ahead I'd like to show you. Do you see anything? No? Well, look at this long line spot. I can tell this is a bunker. There are 3 others like this. One is at the back, and the other 2 are on the sides. The left and the right sides. So one bunker can hold up to 5 soldiers, 1 commander, and 4 gunmen. Over there you can see one of the exposing tunnel path, which is the result of having been destroyed by B-52 bombs. As you can see, a bombing crater at the front. For tourism purpose, we make these alternative entrance for you guys to experience underground. Alright, shall we go? Mind your step here, it could be slippery. Now, we're in the tunnel, mind your head. Well, you better stoop yourself like a VC soldiers and keep this posture as long as you move forward to the end. Well, we made it, guys. Nicely done. Here are some table sets. Please have a seat. Wow, it's very dark in here, isn't it? I hardly see anything. And here we have a med bay. I mean, this is where the injured soldiers were taken care of. Alright, let's go to the next cellar. As you can see here, the cellars was meant for outlining tactics as well as strategies. Conference room, I say. Enough of being underground, let me show you the way out. Please keep up. 10 minutes later. Alright, we're back to the surface. Here are some snacks to make up for your exhaustion. This is the main nutritional supplies for filling the VC soldiers' empty stomachs. Boiled cassava served with sesame salt. Please notice that we shall continue after a 15-minute recess. By the way, bon appetit. 15 minutes later. Shall we go? Let me show you something very interesting. One kind of a booby traps. I'm gonna show you how it works. The platform was made magically, as you can see. I mean, it's thick and heavy enough for an American to fall off. Not for a Vicon. So this platform do no harm to VC soldiers. And also the space underneath. It's at least 2 meters deep. And also filled with the water and mud. So, as you can see, no water there, but it used to be there. And with bamboo spikes to make the victims hardly climbing up and managing to escape. Another trap called fish trap, but the former American soldiers prefer the name souvenir traps. I'll tell you why. You see the big nail in the center? It strikes through your foot and keeps you there, but what caused this trap to stick you to your leg? Hard to remove are those top nails. The more you try to remove it, the more tightly it holds you. So if the Americans have found themselves stuck in these traps, they have had to retreat back to the camps and ask their comrades for help. Well, there are other traps here. See them for yourself, as the name already say it. I mean, they already say how these traps work. Okay, on this one, a door trap. You can see that object with nails around it. Yep, this object was being held up on the ceiling. Imagine there was a door here, and when you step on this triggering spot, and then open the door, this stuff would fall from the heaven and slap into your face and get your body stick into it and swing you around like the way you play those swings when you were younger in those parts for kids. Alright, as you can see, these traps didn't mean for killing. They were to hold the American back by the VC sometimes, I mean necessary times, to plan the next attacks. And let us head back to the back gate. Well, I think this is the end of our tour. Thank you for listening. Before departing, if there is any information you'd like to inquire, please feel free to ask anyway, for your curiosities shall be ours to be dealt with. Well, it's getting dark now. We shall all depart. We beg your pardon for any possible flaws and inconvenience may have occurred during our tour. Thank you for having us as your guides today. Good night, everyone.